he considers himself lucky.
I don't believe the brakes are ever hit. He hit the car door to door, side to side, shoved it a spot and a half over, and came right through the front window.
3 people were injured, including the driver of the Dodge Charger. Police aren't sure what led to the crash. More dramatic images caught on camera as a Texas man on vacation is attacked by a shark. It happened in the waters off the coast of the Bahamas. Dr. Steve Cutbirth was diving with his son-in-law when it happened. He said the impact felt like a, quote, kaboom. He said the impact ripped his mask clean off. Aside from needing 30 stitches in his face and knee, Cutbirth says he's doing fine. And ever wondered what it looks like when a comet going 1,000,000 miles an hour hits the sun? Well, here's your answer. They say this comet is part of a group that broke away from a larger comet centuries ago. For Take a Look at This, I'm Steve Nannis.
Newly released video today causing heartbreak for one Chicago family. Police releasing dashcam video of the deadly shooting of an 18-year-old man. The Chicago Police Department with a warning tonight. And a father behind bars today after his twin baby girls were found dead in a hot car. What he and his neighbors tried to do after they found the two.
Is ABC 7 at 4.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to ABC 7 at 4, everyone. I'm Hillary Florin. If you are just joining us today, we're following breaking news from downtown El Paso at this hour. Police telling us there has been an attempted bank robbery at the Chase Bank downtown. It's located on the 200 block of Main Street. They say they got the call around 3 o'clock this afternoon. Police say one person is in custody right now. We have a crew on the scene. Look for an update coming up on ABC 7 at 5. Beyond horrific. That's what the family of an 18-year-old man killed by Chicago police is saying today after the police video was released today. A warning, this video may be too graphic for some viewers. And the attorney for Paul O'Neill's family says they're distraught after watching the body camera and dash cam videos released. O'Neill's mother reportedly broke down after watching the July 28th videos. An autopsy showed that O'Neill died of a gunshot wound to the back. Though the videos show officers saying that they thought O'Neill fired at them, no gun was ever found. 3 officers were stripped of police powers after the department determined they violated policy. The Chicago Police Department has warned of civil unrest and potential violence against officers following the video's release. In Georgia, police identify the twin girls who died after being left in a hot car. It happened yesterday evening. Police say their father, Asa North, could be heard screaming by neighbors as he found the children. Inside 15-month-old Ariel and Elena North. North and the neighbors allegedly tried to cool the children in an inflatable kiddie pool in a frantic effort to save them, but it was too late. The 24-year-old was later arrested, is expected to be charged now with 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter. Police say he had been drinking before that incident. Temperatures were in the 90s at the time. A Virginia mayor is facing some charges today after police say he offered meth to an undercover officer in exchange for sex. Fairfax City Mayor Richard Silverthorne, who's also a substitute teacher with the Fairfax County School District, was arrested last night at a hotel after allegedly providing 2 grams of meth to the undercover officer. Silverthorne, who recently had won re-election as mayor, was allegedly distributing meth through a website used to arrange casual sex encounters for men. The city has not commented on his status as mayor today. He was released from jail and is expected to be back before a judge next week. All right, to Storm Track weather now. Iris Lopez is live right now with the latest look at the forecast. Hello there.
Hello there, Hillary. Good afternoon to you all. We are tracking some scattered showers on Doppler radar and some light rain in certain areas. Let's take a look at Doppler radar once again. You can see those storms that we were tracking that could have come our way are starting to break apart. But over in Las Cruces area, Hatch, Radium Springs, White Sands, it looks like they're getting some of that light rain, as well as over in Van Horn. They're getting more of that rain, but those storms are slowly starting to fall apart. But nonetheless, if you're going to be traveling that way, keep in mind for some rain. As far as temperatures are concerned, 97 is our current temperatures here in El Paso. Mostly cloudy skies, mostly cloudy for Las Cruces as well, with 94 as your current temperatures. 97 Alamogordo and Silver City at 87. So look at the temperatures for the next few days. Upper 90s is what we are going to deal with. We'll take a closer look at your weekend forecast and those rain chances for the week ahead, but let's talk about traffic right now. We have that backup on the west side of town. Take a look at this. 12 miles per hour. This is right before you hit Executive Boulevard heading westbound. Now to see a closer look at where the traffic is all the way up to, it is past Missouri Avenue. So if you're going to be heading that way, just keep in mind you're going to have to deal with that traffic. 12 miles per hour. This is by Sunland Park. A closer look, you can see the backup is all the way past Red Road, 35 miles per hour. So it's going to be some backup on the west side of town heading east and west. Let's take a live look outside now so we can see that backup. I-10 in Asarco. This is what we were talking about. Westbound, right before you hit Executive Boulevard. I-10 in Schuster. It looks like things are slowly starting to move. It's just some stop and go traffic. We'll take a closer look at more traffic jams across the city and more weather coming up. Hillary?
All right, thanks so much, Iris. This November, New Mexico voters will head to the polls to elect the representative for one of the state's largest districts. So here's a map, just so you can get an idea of how much District 2 covers. It's very large. It's the 6th largest district in the nation. Republican Steve Pierce has held this seat since 2001 and previously represented it from 2003 to 2009. He was on our show here yesterday on ABC 7 at 4, but today we have the person running again.
Correct.
Which high school was it that you went to?
Las Cruces High School. Proud Bulldog graduate. Yes.
All right, great. So we only have a few minutes here to introduce yourself and tell us why you want us to fire Pierce and to hire you.
Well, Steve Pierce has been the representative for 12 long years. And so the gridlock and dysfunction in Congress and in Washington is surely his responsibility. So he's putting politics ahead of principles, and the people of southern New Mexico deserve better. So I'm running so that they have the opportunity to choose a representative that is respectful, that is responsible, and that will truly take on the tough challenges about creating a future that works for all of us.
So let's talk specifically then, as Congresswoman, what is the first thing that you would accomplish or try to accomplish?
So right out of the chute, I would be looking for ways to get broadband internet service and cell phone service throughout our rural communities. We have huge stretches that people simply are not connected. It's holding us back, and it's so unnecessary. If we wait for profit companies to step in, we'll be waiting a long, long time. This is something I believe only the government can do. So number one priority.
On a personal level and on a business level, that's so important for the growth.
Absolutely.
Not just for people like me getting irritated, right? Because we don't have the service. So talk about El Paso Electric real quickly, because people of New Mexico should technically already be thanking you for their lower electric rates, right?
Well, El Paso Electric is our utility provider in Doña Ana County, which is where I live and where I'm from. And they were seeking a rate hike that I believed was not justified. So I filed as an intervener, a private citizen, and took on the big electric utility The commission recently ruled that they didn't get the $8.6 million they were asking for in rate increases, only $1.1 million. I had a big part to play in saving the residents of Doña Ana County and New Mexico more than $7.4 million per year. I want to go to work for the people of New Mexico and accomplish similar kinds of forward-moving things.
So in addition to that, and thank you for doing that, by the way, in addition to that, let's go ahead and talk about what else you'd like the people of New Mexico to know about you and what you stand for.
There's a big election coming up on November 8th. And in fact, 4 weeks before that, early voting will start in New Mexico. The most important thing the people of southern New Mexico could do is vote. For people who are not yet registered voters, you have plenty of time. You can do it online. But this is our democracy, our government, and voting is the way to make your voice heard.
It's true, you can't complain if you don't vote. That's what my mom always said, right?
That's correct.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming in. Afternoon, Evan.
Hey, Hillary, coming up at 5, tax-free weekend is here in Texas and New Mexico, and it's great timing for families in need of school supplies, but not everyone's happy. Some local schools have already started forcing some parents to buy supplies before the tax break. We'll tell you what the district had to say. And our very own Darren Hunt takes you downtown, looking ahead to a busy weekend. From the International Run to the Plaza Film Festival and a slate of Chihuahuas games, downtown is going to be very busy, and there are going to be several closures. We catch you up to speed with where you can park and what businesses are doing to prepare. Look for those stories and more at the top of the hour. Here at 4, there's more news and storm track weather after the break.
downtown for baseball at our beautiful ballpark tonight, Saturday and Sunday. Thousands more are expected to attend the Plaza Classic Film Festival, which is running all weekend as well. The tax-free shopping weekend is also likely to bring many to downtown area shops, and the International 10K Run, which crisscrosses downtown before crossing the border, will take place at 7 tomorrow morning. Now, the center of all this activity is expected to be the newly completed San Jacinto Plaza, which, along with the ballpark, has been the biggest difference when it comes to the perception of downtown El Paso. Many are starting to notice the changes and plan accordingly. Joe Gudenrath, executive director of the Downtown Management District, said downtown is gaining more momentum with every passing weekend.
I would say the most recent major movement was with San Jacinto Plaza opening. I mean, that is the gray cloud over downtown has lifted. The plaza is beautiful, it's inviting, it's active, and people are enjoying it. And so when you couple that with then the special events, the attendance just continues to grow.
Now, Gudenrath said more people coming downtown means more investment in downtown. Coming up at 6, we'll talk about that, and we'll hear from businesses that have had to add employees and are considering adding hours in order to attract some of those crowds that are coming down here for all those downtown events. Evan?
Okay, Darren, thank you. And we talk a lot about adoptions ahead of time before the Humane Society Telethon. In the process, we get to meet many pet owners who have helped save a life, but today we bring you a story that hits much closer to home. Our very own Denise Olivas took in a rescue from the Humane Society 3 years ago, and it was all thanks to her Humane Society segments she does every week on ABC 7 at noon.
I do the Humane Society segment on ABC 7 at noon. I feel like every week I fall in love with a different dog, and Betty's always like, well, she's ready, he or she are ready to go home, but I mean, we have to stop here. We have 3 dogs, so we definitely have to cut it off here for now.
Now coming up at 6, Juan Carlos Navarrete will take a closer look at Denise's adoption story. It's a story you'll see only on ABC 7. We invite you tomorrow to join us for the Help Save a Life Telethon and more as we host the annual Humane Society Telethon. It's from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. You can donate by phone, online, and even by text. We hope to see you this Saturday. With recent controversy surrounding Republican and Democratic presidential nominees Hillary Clinton and her party's email scandals, Donald Trump's clash with the parents of a dead Muslim soldier, it's hard to guess who will get the presidency in November. But what are the latest polls saying?
Get ready for a hot weekend. We're going to talk more about what you can expect for next week, those rain chances and temperatures. All that and more coming up.
Welcome back. You're watching ABC 7 at 5. Today in Chicago, police released the video showing the deadly shooting of an 18-year-old man by Chicago police officers. A warning, the video may be graphic for some viewers. The attorney for Paul O'Neill's family says the family is distraught after watching the body cam and dash cam videos. O'Neill's mother reportedly broke down. The shooting happened back on July 28th. In the video, you can hear officers saying they thought O'Neill had a gun and that he fired at them, but a gun was never found. An autopsy showed that O'Neill died of a gunshot wound to the back. 3 officers were stripped of police powers after the department determined they violated policy. Today, the Chicago Police Department warned of civil unrest and potential violence against officers following the video's release. We have the entire video posted on our website, KVIA.com. Well, now to the presidential campaign trail. Hillary Clinton saying America is better than Donald Trump as her poll numbers and a list of endorsers continues to grow. The Trump campaign trying to stem the bleed, even as Paul Ryan's latest fundraising request seems to indicate he is resigned to Hillary Clinton presidency. ABC's Lana Zock has the latest. It's your voice, your vote.
Hillary Clinton is trying to recruit defectors from Donald Trump.
I have been trying to understand what it is that has driven people to support Trump. Let's not lose sight of the real pain that many Americans are feeling because the economy has left them behind.
Clinton going on the attack.
We need to stand up as a country and say that Donald Trump doesn't represent who we are and what we believe.
Her message resonating with a surprising audience, Republicans. The latest, a member of President Reagan's administration, writing Trump is temperamentally unfit to be president of the United States, and just the thought of him having access to nuclear codes is unnerving. For the first time in my life, I am voting for a Democrat for president. The latest McClatchy-Maris poll showing Hillary Clinton up by 15 points as Trump tries to set the record straight on this public video, tweeting, "The plane I saw on television was a hostage plane in Geneva, Switzerland, not the plane carrying $400 million in cash going to Iran." His campaign manager on Fox denying that it was an admission of error on Trump's part.
I'm not sure if there was confusion. The point that he was making is the cash transfer took place, and it was taking place consistent with the transfer of hostages.
Clinton also critiqued Trump for his treatment of the press, but it's worth noting that it has been 245 days since Clinton held a formal press conference. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
Well, single people can have it rough sometimes. It can get lonesome trying to find love with dating apps with no luck, and trust me, I can attest to that. But a new study reveals that being single has its own share of health benefits. And to Storm Track weather now, Storm Tracker Iris Lopez is standing by with a look ahead. Iris.
Look at that. Those storms are already making their way to the west side of town. We'll take a closer look at Doppler radar so we can see what else is in store coming up. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Here on the west side of town, we are already hearing that thunder. Take a look at this beautiful shot. You can see we saw some of that lightning. Those storms are starting to head our way. If we take another look at some of our traffic cams, Donovan at sunset, you can see that rain is already falling. And on Doppler radar, we are already showing that storm is starting to build up. Let's take a closer look. You can see we have all that thunder that we are hearing, lightning as well. But if we take away the lightning and look at that storm tracking, it is already starting to build up. A closer look though, in the Sunland Park area, the west side of town is mainly going to see that rain. We do have some light rain over near West Wind, North Desert Boulevard, but this storm will slowly start making its way towards that area if it all holds together. So for today, our storm outlook, we are still going to continue with those isolated showers and those thunderstorms. So for tonight, we're leaving it at a 20% chance. Those temperatures are going to quickly start to cool down with that rain, but for now, 85 is what we have by 10 p.m. 82 by your 11 o'clock hour. Now, if we take things to look at our temperatures right now, though, we still have those hot temperatures, 97 here in El Paso with 94 Las Cruces, 87 for TRC, and 85 over in Silver City. So for your weekend, those chances for those thunderstorms and isolated showers will continue. A slight chance for Saturday, and for Sunday, increasing to a 20% chance. Mostly sunny skies with those upper 90s for your Saturday and Sunday. Overnight lows will be in those upper 70s. For Las Cruces, your rain chances remain consistent at a 20% chance for Saturday, as well as for Sunday. Mostly sunny skies for Saturday. 96 is what you can expect as the high. So those rain chances will continue. Slight chance for Saturday and Sunday. By Sunday, they increase later on in the afternoon. Then for Monday and Tuesday, those chances increase. It's Wednesday, though, that we're looking at the greatest chance to see some of that rain, a 30% chance, then dropping back down Thursday and Friday to a 20% chance. So across the county, we're still leaving that 20% chance for tonight. 67 is the expected overnight low for Anthony with 71 Clint, 73 Montana Vista. Montana Vista tomorrow, 97 is what you can expect as the high, 98 for Bliss, Socorro, and Anthony. That slight chance with mostly sunny skies. For tonight, we're going to continue to see those thunderstorms throughout the evening, 20% chance, 75 the expected overnight low, 99 tomorrow, the possibility of hitting those triple digits with a slight chance for some storms in your afternoon forecast. Las Cruces, you'll be at 70 tonight. Your chances for those thunderstorms remain at a 20% chance, as well as for tomorrow, mostly sunny skies. 97 is what you can expect as the high. So we see 90s not going anywhere throughout the weekend and for next week. Rain chances as well. Sunny for Monday and Tuesday. Then those clouds come back in the forecast Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with 97 as the forecasted high for your Friday. We have more news coming up. Don't go anywhere.
The golden gun of Hitler's right-hand man is going up for auction. An auction company in Illinois is putting the gold-plated semi-automatic pistol of Erman Goering up for bid in September. Goering was an ace fighter pilot for Germany during World War I and later went on to become one of the most powerful Nazi leaders. The gun has an estimated price of $250,000 to $400,000. Well, one is the loneliest number. We've all heard it before, but now a Harvard psychologist is saying that being single may come with some serious benefits. ABC's Maggie Rulli reports.
Dating shows like The Bachelorette, dating apps, and websites, it all makes being married look so appealing, especially if you're unattached. But might being single not be so bad after all? At the American Psychological Association meeting in Denver, one Harvard psychologist presented findings from more than 800 studies looking at single people. The analysis? Finding that singles may tend to be more connected to family and friends. They may also be more likely to report experiencing growth and development, and compared to married people, they tend to report more freedom when it comes to making their own decisions. More specific research may be needed to confirm these benefits, but with nearly half of U.S. adults now single, more Americans than in decades past may be looking to capitalize on the benefits of being single. For some, that could mean financial freedom. For others, more flexibility to reach their career goals. And for some, perhaps finding out that not getting that final rose may not be that bad after all. With this Medical Minute, I'm Maggie Rulli.
And we're going to take a live look outside, courtesy of the TxDOT traffic cameras. This is I-10 in red. It is raining out there, so those roads will be slick over on the west side. Please drive carefully. Don't go anywhere. We got one last look at your 7-day forecast. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The west side of town is getting most of that storm. We can hear that thunder here on the west side of town. If it holds together, Canutillo Vinton, it could be heading your way as well as the northeast side of town. So just if you're on the west side, just drive carefully because we got that rain.
Good advice. Yeah. Yes, and thanks for joining us. We're back here at 6 o'clock. Catch the latest ABC7 news and video on your smartphone. Just download our free app. We'll see you at 6.